So I was browsing on Anime News Network like I normally do when I want to look up anime news and stuff like that, and I saw an article called Japanese Comic Ranking June 22nd through 28th, and I see these type of articles constantly on Anime News Network, so it's nothing really new, so to say, to the site, but I usually do check those out when they do come out just to see, what is selling, what is doing good, and I looked at the article as always, and I noticed a very amusing #1 spot on this article. And the article's in the description if you want to see it for yourself, so if you want to look at the article, you can. But the #1 spot is Tokyo Ghoul Re Volume 3. And instantly, I'm very happy about that. I'm really happy to see this volume, Tokyo Ghoul Re, actually #1 in total sales of that week. That makes me happy. It really does, because Tokyo Ghoul is still continuously selling and getting the hype and popularity it deserves, because it's a really good series that deserves, especially with, the different story elements and symbolism, different things that Shida Sensei uses. I'm really happy to see how it is the #1 spot. Now, when it comes to this article, I'm not going to go through everything. I'm not going to go through everything, because there's a lot of series in here I don't know nothing about, and I can't really talk about them and dive into them. I'm just, talking about, I guess, like, the top 5 series of, this article. There's a total of, let me count, go through all the way to the bottom. There's a total of 50 series on here, so that's quite a fucking bit. And the bottom is UQ Holder, so it's kind of upsetting. I mean, I heard that was, the sequel of Negima, and to see how it's doing that bad, it just kind of upsets me. But that's for another day and another video, because one day I do plan on reviewing that series and Negima. But let's talk about the top 5. So the top 5, I'm going to go from part of #1 to #5. That's where I'm going to start. Tokyo Ghoul Re, #1. Silver Spoon Volume 13, #2. What Did You Eat Yesterday, #3. I have no idea what that is. #4 is My Love Story Volume 9. And #5, The Taizai Greatness, Volume 15. So, those are the top 5. And actually, I want to go one more down, actually, just, for courtesy's sake. #6 is Vinland Saga Volume 16. And I know Vinland Saga is a very damn good series. I've heard a lot about it. It gets as much hype as Berserk did. When I started reviewing Berserk, a bunch of Chibits were telling me I need to start Vinland Saga, Monster, which I've already read and watched Monster, but a bunch of Chibits were telling me to, watch or read Monster, watch or read, 20th Century Boys, and then, Real, Vagabond, and, Vinland Saga. Those were the constant recommendations when I was doing Berserk. I do know Vinland Saga is a really good series, and so I'm happy to see how it's #6. Volume 16 is selling very well. But getting back on the point, okay? This really goes to show you the popularity currently going in Japan. What is, like, the top selling volumes going on from, the last week, June 22nd through the 28th, what is really starting to sell, and obviously Tokyo Ghoul is really fucking popular. It's absolutely exploded in Japan right now, and I mean, it's exploded in the States as well because of the anime, and a bunch of people jumped onto the manga. I mean, you also have to factor in, since Volume 1 of the manga just now came out in the States earlier last month, it's kind of obvious now that, why it's just exploding with popularity. But Silver Spoon, I've heard a little bit of talk about that series. I think, I'm not even going to begin to talk about it, because I don't even know what Silver Spoon is really about. If I'm correct, it's a romance. I'm most likely wrong, but I know next to nothing to Silver Spoon. Like, I know next to nothing, so I'm not even going to try to attempt to act like I know, but I do know it's a popular series. I've seen it brought up and mentioned quite a few times throughout the years of me watching and reading manga and watching anime and stuff like that. And What Did You Eat Yesterday, Volume 10? I have no fucking idea what that is. Like, what the fuck? And then My Love Story, of course, it's selling well because has a current anime going on. A bunch of people are going to be jumping on to, the manga to see what is going on. And Oda Sensei hyping it up, doing fan art. It's kind of obvious to get a lot of popularity. And then #5, Taizai Greatness, Volume 15 selling that well. Makes me quite happy since the anime ended a while back. Makes me happy how it's still retaining that popularity. It's still keeping up there with the rankings and sales. It's not falling down. It makes me very, very happy. Actually, I haven't checked. Is Magi on here? I haven't checked. Kuroko no Basuke Replace +1. That is number 16. That volume is number 16. I don't see a Magi. I guess it didn't release that week if there was any Magi volumes. Blue Exorcist. I see a Blue Exorcist. I see a Fate Stay Night Heaven's Feel on here, Volume 1, number 38. So you'd think that'd be a lot higher, but Hayate the Combat Butler. Damn. Okay, so that's pretty much it. If you want to check the full list out for yourself and the sales and what sold the most, you can, go check the article in the description. But I'm glad to see Tokyo Ghoul still doing that well, and I'm also glad to see Taizai doing so damn well, too, in sales. It makes me very happy to see two of my favorite series that I review weekly just doing so damn good in sales, because that means, you know, they're going to continue pumping out that content, and good quality content, because, you know, I mean, the mangaka will want to work and do what they love. So I'm happy they're getting paid for some really good quality stuff they do dish out constantly through each weekly chapter. So anyways, tell me your thoughts in the comments below. How do you feel about this? Is your favorite series on this, you know, 50 of what sold, you know, the week before? I mean, not every manga and anime is going to be on here. I'm just going to let you know. It's just what released that week. But this is just showing you, stacking it up to what everybody was hyped up more for that week when you compare all these different volumes and series. So love you all. Please be safe. Chibi out.